Okay, a little disclaimer. The piece of kit you're about to see will be classed as dangerous. If you get caught in it, it will do you harm. So I'm just warning you now that if you decide to make one of these, I'm not going to be held responsible for your misuse of this equipment, okay? So I'm warning you now, this is not something that you want to make if you've got any issues with rotating machinery. Hi there YouTube, it's AC Dodd again, and this time it's another instalment of my machine tools, and in this case it's my cleaning motor. So the first thing you might be saying to yourself, what's a cleaning motor? Well, in this case it's nothing more than a single phase induction motor as seen here, with a drill chuck attachment fitted straight to the end of the shaft, and then that chuck can be used to hold a multitude of items for cleaning things. In which case, in this case, I use the wire brush cups, as you can see there. This is its usual configuration, and it's used to clean flywheels, engine parts, rockers, you name it, it cleans it. The important thing about this machine is, sure, you can get other machines like bench grinders with wire wheels mounted and things like that, but what you can't get is the reversibility. Now, having made this up myself, I've also got the ability to switch it and reverse it. So that means that when the brush starts to get worn and all the bristles lean over one way, I can stop the motor, reverse it, use it in the opposite direction, which maintains the brush and keeps it sharper for longer. This is a simple, straightforward machine. It is a Tech motor, and those are the details of its performance, etc. It's basically a 3/4 horse motor, 2-pole, 760 RPM, 230 volts, direct online machine. It works very well. I also manufacture a slightly larger version for people who want a bigger version. I do a 1 horsepower version. There's a number of people that got those, and those are members of my engine club. They've made themselves the larger version because that purely is the heavy duty machine that can rip its way through pretty much anything. Now, the other thing about these machines is obviously there's no guards. So it is actually a dangerous machine. You don't want to get caught into that. All right. If you get caught up with that wire brush cup, that will do you some mischief. Don't use it with gloves. Don't use it with any loose clothing. You need your wits about you when you use this machine. The way this machine's used, it's mounted in a vise, and these pieces of strap steel that I've got bolted to the bottom allow you to fit it into a vise like so, or indeed, if you want to mount it the other way around, you simply move the machine and mount it on the other side. This allows you to use the machine from both sides, or if somebody else who's left-handed wants to use it, they can use that machine, etc. The reason why I use Tech motors is they're actually quite heavy duty and robust. When you take these apart, they've got very large oversized bearings. Everything's well made, thick castings. The control box on the top is aluminium, so that, you know, it's heavy duty and it'll withstand a bit of pounding and a bit of heavy use, which is basically what I use it for. The other good thing about this type of machine, especially if you're in a home workshop, is it's actually quite quiet. So if I switch that on, you haven't got some screaming motor, and as you can hear, I haven't changed the level of my voice. That's actually nice and quiet, and it runs nice and smooth. The vibration you can hear is actually the vise. The actual machine is lovely and smooth. In order to reverse it, you have to turn the motor off, flick the reverser, and then the machine starts in the reverse direction. What you don't do is switch the reverser while it's on. If you do that, it'll blow a fuse. So That's one of the only drawbacks of using this double pole, double throw switch system. In reality, if you move the direction switch whilst the motor's powered, you normally pop a fuse and you have to replace the switch because it burns the contact. So as long as you just use it like so, reverse it, there's no problem. And the other thing about the induction motor is it goes equally as well in reverse as it does in the forward direction. So the full power is available in both directions. Just to give you a quick demonstration of the sort of things you can do with it. This is just something I got here, a nice rusty pot joint on the outside. As you can see, I'll turn around, see that line, that's where the rust is, and this little section here is what's been cleaned up on the machine. I'll give you a quick demonstration so you can see it working. As you can see, that makes that nice and clean, and it's reasonably quick. The other thing is, as I say, if you want to keep it sharp, you can just reverse it, go the other way, use the other side of the wheel, of the cup. And it maintains the sharpness. So if we stop that now, you can see that they stay nice and straight, and it's a straight wire brush that maintains its cutting performance. Leaning all the brushes over by pushing into it hard is what damages it and loses its efficiency. Of course, one of the other jobs it's good for as well is if you want to clean the head or your nuts and bolts up. Just focus on that, there we go. You see that's a typical bolt that you might find in a classic A+ engine, A series. And you can see that's got a nice rusty head. Well, I'll just give you a quick demonstration of how quick you can clean that. Use it in conjunction with a battery drill, like that. Switch the motor on. And you can see that cleans that. And makes a nice job of that in no time. One of the other things you can use it for is cleaning valves. Now, I've already got a little video about another version of this machine that you've seen me cleaning valves with, so I'm not going to show you how to do that. But one of the things I will show you how to do, and that is polish a stem. So if you look at this here, you will see that that looks like it's quite marked and quite worn. Well, watch this. Mount the chuck on the very end. Make sure it runs round square. Not quite. Do that again. There you go. That runs nice and true. We take some abrasive paper and we quickly polish it. As you can see, that's as good as new. Now, one of the other things you need to think about if you are going to make one of these motors, firstly, the motor itself, you need to use the capacitor or permanent capacitor type motor, not the capacitor start type. If you get caught up in that spindle when you switch it on a capacitor start motor, it has lots of starting torque. This motor, on the other hand, has much less starting torque. So if you do happen to find yourself tangled up in it and then you start it, it's got much lower turning force, so there's much less risk of injury. Obviously when the motor's spinning, that makes no difference, and getting caught up in this type of motor or a capacitor start motor, it doesn't end well. All in all, I find this a fantastic piece of kit, and it's a great addition to my machine facilities in the workshop. I've had a number of these over the years, including the 1 horsepower version, half a horsepower version, and I finally settled on, for my use, a 3/4 horsepower version, because it offers the power that I need with a lightweight package and ease of moving it about. Anyway, as ever, thank you very much for watching this video. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe. See you soon.